Hey, awesome people of YouTube, welcome back to another Palworld video. In this one, we'll be talking about five, in my opinion, best combat pals for mid-game. But before we get started, I just want to say that if you do enjoy this type of stuff, do let me know by leaving a comment, subscribing, and leaving a like on the video. It helps tremendously in the channel so we can grow and hopefully get better videos out. Also, if you want to see something else on the channel, do let me know down in the comments. I read them. And today, Friday, we will be streaming getting some of the harder to get past, like Blazimund, for Stallion, going into Sanctuary 3 to get maybe some other one like Yomited Ignis and other ones if we get lucky. And I do have my own Discord, so if you want to join it and talk a bunch of cool stuff, go ahead and join it through the link down in the description. And last but not least, I do stream Monday, Wednesday, and Friday from 4 p.m. Eastern. But with that said, let's get into the video. So I'll be doing 5 best, in my opinion, combat pals, and then I'll throw in some of the couple like honorable mentions. So let's get into it. So I start with, they're also not in particular order, is with the Catches. The reason why she's in here because, well, I've been starting to fight more neutral pals and stuff like that, so I want to utilize dark element, so to speak, and she's pretty fun to use because when you're fighting neutral pals, they'll drop more, right? And she has some pretty cool skills, right? The only negative side, she is getting countered by dragon type element, but she's still pretty fun to utilize. She's pretty cool, right? Now, next one is Kitsun. Kitsun is amazing for exploration because when you ride him, you'll be unaffected by cold or heat. Plus, he can have some pretty cool stuff like just explode the ground, getting, you know, the flaming tornadoes, spirit fire. You can also get like daring flame, where you just rush at the enemies, you know, ignis blast, spirit flame, some pretty cool abilities. But I pretty much usually utilize them just because of the cold and heat, but he's still pretty strong. This one is not as much because he has not an amazing fighting attack, but I've been using him at base, that's why I just picked this one up. Another one is Warsect. We mentioned them in the base one, but he's also pretty good because when you're fighting together with him, it increases your defense, but it also applies fire damage to your attacks, even though he's a ground and grass. But he has pretty cool skills like Gigahorn, which is exclusive, where he skewers enemies with his 4 sturdy horns. As you can see, you can get a stone cannon, stone blast, you know, woodcutter, and seed machine gun. So you can utilize both or either of the ground or grass elements depending what you need it for. Still pretty tanky. Now another amazing one for flying is Venom. You can get him relatively early. I got lucky with Muscle Head, but you'll be able to deal more damage when you ride him. It's gonna be weak points while you mount it, and he's fire and dark element. And I was able to get Fireball on it, which does huge amount of damage in a bit of AoE. But you can get like Air Cannon or Nightmare Ball, Ignis Breath, Spirit Fire, Ignis Blast. But probably the biggest hitting one is Fireball and Nightmare Ball, right? Instead of maybe like Spirit Fire, you use Nightmare Ball, right? My number one pick for fighting would be Anubis. This one is not as good as the one that I usually utilize, but I've been leveling this one, throwing some souls into him and trying to upgrade him through essence. And he's not bad because he has ferocious and sadist, you know, and he has heated body, which will allow him to take a little bit more ice damage, but he does have 35% more attack. As you can see, normal will be 643, but now it's 868. He does get negative defense, but through the souls I'll be able to get him higher. But he does give you ground damage when you utilize him, when he's out fighting with you, and he can sometimes dodge attacks at high speed, sidestep one battle, so you'll be able to dodge not huge amount, but be able to dodge some attacks is pretty nice. He can also learn stuff like Sand Tornado, where he just throws 2 Sand Tornadoes at the enemy. You can also get a Spinning Roundhouse, which is pretty good, and if you throw them at like some of the human enemies, because they usually try to get super close and you just smack them, or even just a group of enemy pals. He just does pretty good. But his special skill is Forceful Charge, where he pursues its foes with a high speed dash while releasing energy and unleashing Power Punch, which just punches them. What you can also do, if you don't want to do Spin Roundhouse, you can get a Stone Blast, or Power Bomb, or Air Cannon, or at higher levels, you can get Ground Smash, which is another Anubis special skill, where he leaps into the air, just dive bombs it. Huge amount of damage. Pretty fun skill to see, right? That's why he's my number 1, and you can get him super early and he will still be viable in the endgame. But let's talk about honorable mentions, right? If you want to use something like Dragon and Water, Yomite is not bad. He's not super strong, but he does have some fun stuff like Hydro Laser, which pretty much just shoots a water beam. Pretty cool, does a lot of damage, but I just don't like to utilize him because, well, just not my favorite. But he's still pretty strong. You can get a Lightning Attack, an Aqua Burst, along with other ones. He's still pretty good. If you don't want to use Vanworm, you can utilize Hellzephyr. I've been leveling it this one, but he's Dark Element. He can do a lot of damage, but his saddle is later on, but he's still really strong. What else you want to use, if you don't want to use them and you need something electric, Beacon is pretty amazing. Again, this one just been working at base because I just need electricity. I haven't been utilizing it because my Venom has Fireball. But Beacon is really strong electric type, and he's a flyer, so you'll be able to not just move faster than Venom, he's more on the top highest speeds of flying, but he can also dish out nice damage like Spark Blast, Shockwave, Lightning Streak. Now you can get some of the basic ones like Air Cannon and eventually learn some of the more amazing skills. But that's pretty much it. If you want to use some ground, Red Hound is not bad. You can use Azurop or Fox Skull if you want, but those are my least favorite out of the combat. But my top ones would be Catchers, Kitsun, Warsect, Venom, number 1 obviously Anubis. Remember, you can utilize Hellzephyr, Yormantide, and Beacon. But that is going to be it for this video. If you do enjoy this or it helps you build your own team, do let me know. And if you have your own team that is different than this, do let me know down in the comments, because I'm interested to see what you use and maybe try it out myself, see how it does. But with that said, don't forget to stay awesome. I'll see you in the next one. Bye bye.